and welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making palmiers, a traditional French pastry. You may thank me or you may curse me. That remains to be seen. So let's get started. This is, as always, a very simple recipe, just 3 ingredients. We have puff pastry, which comes in 2 sheets at the grocery store, frozen section, and you do them one at a time. There is pure cane sugar, and I have 1 cup already measured out, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter that has been melted. So I'm gonna move my pastry box out of the way, and we're gonna get started. So this has been allowed to thaw, and I'm just gonna open it up. If it gets too soft, you can put it back in the refrigerator for a little bit, and if it's not soft enough, you can leave it out for a few minutes. So you're just gonna have to play with it a little bit. So the first thing that you're gonna do is just set it out and take your melted butter, and I'm just going to take my brush and paint the whole thing with butter, lots of butter. Ingredient is the cane sugar, and you're just going to sprinkle about half of it on. This is 1 cup, so you're literally going to sprinkle about half of it on there. And you're going to spread it around so that you get it onto all the edges. You need a little more, just grab a little more. You want to make sure that it's fully coated. And I'm using my new rolling pin that was given to me by a good friend, Marcia. And I want to give Marcia a shout out and say thank you for my beautiful new rolling pin. And you just start to roll it. It makes it very easy. You're going to make it into like a big rectangle. And I'm just going to pick up the extra sugar and sprinkle it back on. And then we're going to pick it up. I'm gonna roll it a little bit, or fold it. And I'm gonna flip it over. Now we're gonna go the other side. And we're gonna do the same exercise. So we're gonna go back with the butter. Just make sure you cover all your edges. And if it tears, just push the seam back together, it's fine. Then you're gonna do the rest of your sugar on top. So this is also about a half a cup. Spread it around. And then we're gonna roll it out. And the next step is just to roll it kind of tightly from one side, about halfway, and then we're gonna roll it from the other side. So when you're finished with it, it's gonna meet in the middle. So now once you've got it all meeting in the middle, you're gonna take a piece of plastic wrap. And you're going to cover it, and then you're gonna put it in your refrigerator and let it chill. You wanna make sure it is covered so it doesn't get dry. mean, after all, you have half a stick of butter in there. So I'm gonna put it in my refrigerator for 30 minutes and I'll see you back in 30 minutes. Hi, and welcome back to Karen's Kitchen. Well, it's been actually over 30 minutes that our dough has been allowed to chill in the refrigerator, and we're ready to cut it and bake it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut off the end piece, and I'm just gonna move it off to the side. I am gonna bake it and we are gonna eat it, but it isn't going to look like a palmier. If you look on the end, you'll see that it looks like a little butterfly. And I'm gonna start cutting them, and after I cut them, I'm gonna put them on the cookie sheet, but I'm gonna put them together. And you're gonna have to push them together a little. Our tray is ready to go in the oven. We're gonna bake them at 400 degrees on convection for 15 minutes total. We're gonna bake them half the time on one side, then we're gonna take them out, flip them over, and put them back in and bake them for the rest of the time. Today we made it with organic cane sugar, but this is just a simple traditional palmier. I always like to give you some other options. You can do it with colored sugar, you can do it with cinnamon sugar. You can do it with any of the sugars if you're doing it for a holiday, if you want it to be red for Valentine's Day, or red and green for Christmas, or blue and white, however you want to do it. You can also jazz it up if you want to take, instead of doing the sugar, you can do Nutella or some sort of chocolate and roll it up and have a chocolate palmier. So I'll meet you at the oven. I always like to put my food in the middle of the oven with the convection, so it allows the hot air to cook these evenly, and we'll come back in about 7 or 8 minutes. It's been 7 minutes, and we're gonna take the palmiers out of the oven and flip them over. And they are hot, molten sugar. We'll let them sit there for a second. So here we go. Go back in the oven for another 7 minutes. Are you ready for the big reveal? Our palmiers have been in the oven for 14 minutes, 7 minutes on one side and 7 on the other. And we're gonna take them out. Ooh, can you hear that sugar? Molten sugar. Let them cool just a minute, and then I'll put them on the cooling rack. But if I take them off right now, they'll be too hot and they'll fall apart. Remember, as always in Karen's Kitchen, the goal is to have fun. So use different colors, sprinkles, or sugars, but just have fun with it. And thanks for coming to Karen's Kitchen. I'll see you next time. Bye. Enjoy.